Welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, 3 episodes at a time, and we rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. We're available on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes, and we upload every single Monday. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak episode 7. Like the 7 Dragon Balls. Okay, so a couple things that I want to address first off.
Let's do it.
One thing that we're doing differently is that instead of taking as many notes, we're instead going to be using the Dragon Ball Wiki summaries of the episodes to kind of use as our notes of the episode summaries. That way our notes can be focused a little bit more on the details that we like, and that way we'll be able to focus a little bit more on the watching the show. So yes. That was a change that I wanted to make. And then another thing that we agreed on and so far have, I think, both enjoyed is switching to the
US
broadcast version in term which is the essentially refers to the soundtrack. Yeah. So it's the US broadcast soundtrack. I believe it's definitely a totally different tone than the original Japanese
We lost our
music.
sweet surround sound, too.
Yeah, and no surround sound, which is a bummer. But I think so far it was the right move. I'm also just more nostalgic for the English broadcast version because that's what I originally watched. So, sue me. And then last thing I want to talk about is the fact that since the last time we recorded, I have read the entire Dragon Ball manga and now almost all of Dragon Ball Z.
Jesus.
And not
Jesus.
In not that many, it's been like 5 to 7 days that I've been reading.
It's incredible. Yeah, you tapped out on your app.
Yeah, so the Viz manga app told me to stop reading because I was basically reading more than 100 chapters a day, which it doesn't let you do.
That's incredible.
So, so I'm totally refreshed on Dragon Ball. I'm refreshed on Dragon Ball Z, and it's not my first time reading any of it. It's just my first time sitting down and reading through all of it. You know what I mean? Instead of bits and pieces, or instead of just the beginning over and over again, or et cetera, et cetera. So I've sat down and I'm almost done with Dragon Ball Z. Like I said, I've just been dying to consume as much Dragon Ball as possible lately. So
I was on a week-long cruise, and because of that, we had to record early, which means this is our first recording in 3 weeks.
I think 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
right?
Yeah. So he's been dry.
I've been dying.
Usually drenched, but he was dry.
Yeah, sometimes I'm soaked when I'm with him. Mm-hmm. Well, when he's gone, it's like the desert.
Yeah,
and where now the desert that Piccolo lifts up the pyramids in.
Yes, global training. And now that he's back, we're in the swamps.
It's moist. It's very moist up in here.
All right, take it away with our brand new summary format.
Yeah, so this is that's all I wanted to say. Now we can go on to episode 19 of Dragon Ball Z, being Defying Gravity. Okay.
Isn't that a song from Wicked?
Yeah, I think it goes, Defy the gravity.
Okay, we're probably going to get a copyright strike now because that was so spot on.
Yeah, I sounded like Wicked Witch.
Minsu.
Yeah, she voices, she's in Rent.
Adina Menzel, or whatever John Travolta called her.
Okay, so anyways, Defying Gravity. So, Goku's struggling against the overwhelming gravity and mistakes the monkey Bubbles for King Kai himself. Classic Goku.
Big old dummy.
Yeah, I know. It's silly, but I don't mind it. And so, does the name Bubbles mean anything to you in reference to a chimpanzee? Does it sound familiar at all?
No.
Okay, it was the name of Michael Jackson's monkey.
Oh.
And it's an intentional reference.
I didn't even know he had a monkey.
Did you not?
No.
Really? Oh,
That's
yeah.
weird.
Really?
Yeah. Why did
he had a pet chimpanzee named Bubbles.
I didn't even know that was allowed. Dang. That's sick.
Yeah. Well, anyways, okay, so I guess that reference was lost on you, but yeah.
I did think it stood out as weird, but then later we meet a character whose name is also weird, so I was like, okay, it's just a weird planet.
We'll get to that. So, so he meets the real King Kai. King Kai is telling him a couple jokes.
Let me tell you, straight off the bat, I don't know if I've disliked a character quicker than I have King Kai. Bring back the Bunny King. Bring back, like, anybody. Bring back. I'll take the Ox King.
No.
Or even Nappa, dude. This blue dude comes up talking all like, I can't even do that accent. I don't even know what.
Dude, I have tried and failed to do a King Kai
like
impression.
A New Yorker with like a strange. I don't even know, man.
Awful.
But his voice acting is insufferable, and the jokes, dude.
Oh, so bad. That's intentional.
Yeah,
that's intentional.
I hate that though.
Yeah, they're bad. I mean, I giggled. Did you not laugh at all?
I giggled when he said, "My boy."
Oh yeah, Goku, my boy. So funny enough, his voice actor is Sean Schemmel, which is the same as Goku.
Oh,
which you would never.
Props to him because so I take it back. The voice acting's awesome because I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought they hired like Danny DeVito or something to do this.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah. The weird thing is just we've been building up to this dude for 6 episodes of our show now, which is like 18 episodes, and then we finally meet him, and not at all. They subverted our expectations.
Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It's a common theme, subverting your expectations. I think we'll talk about it a lot. But yeah, I don't mind it. His design is interesting. Yeah, his voice sucks. But in the Japanese version, he sounds a lot more normal.
I
it's less
imagine
obnoxious.
like whoever wrote or Toriyama like must have known somebody or had a boss that like because this character seems so like spot on to something. Like it doesn't seem like something you just create. It seems like somebody he's inspired by. I don't know. Maybe it's like a Japanese like lore or folk.
Yeah, maybe something
like
about
that.
like because he's got like the catfish whiskers.
Yeah, and he's
I don't
got
know.
like
it might be a reference. It's lost on me.
Yeah.
But
that's what I wanted to say about King Kai.
Oh, trust me, I've always from his debut or from the first time I watched it, I've always hated King Kai.
Yeah,
unfortunately. So yeah, Goku he comes up with a few puns himself and
dang it,
equally terrible, but I actually kind of like loved that because it's so endearing, like how bad he is at comedy.
I like when he like nails one and then he's like, "Oh yeah,
yeah,
and he just, like starts firing them off."
He shouts it. Yeah, I like that a lot. So Goku tells King Kai about the Saiyans who are coming to Earth, and he tells Goku they'll be arriving in. I suppose this is a mistranslation because in the official summary it's 158 days, but we were told 88 days.
And the episode starts with just a few weeks. Then King Kai says 88 days.
No, the few weeks is how long he was chasing Bubbles. It said a few weeks later, and that's when he caught Bubbles.
Okay.
Which was it took a few weeks for him to do that. But yeah, so we find out the gravity is stronger because it's 10 Gs, and he says that's the strength of the gravity on planet Vegeta as well, or it was, which is one of the secrets to the Saiyan strength.
Yeah. Everywhere they go, they feel stronger because the
essentially
so
right.
Stronger,
And then so we cut back to Piccolo training Gohan, and he says Gohan's improved, but he has a long way to go. And I really love this. First off, I love from this point, I love any scene with them training with each other because they're like actually fighting, and Piccolo is obviously stronger and still training him, but Gohan's come a long way.
Oh yeah, he's like going in.
Yeah, and I really like this like kind of relationship they're showing where they were sitting around the fire, and then Piccolo says that once Goku comes back to life and this whole Saiyan thing is over, he's gonna kill him, but Gohan kind of can tell that that's like some crock because he says he's kind of part of the family now, and that he's like the big green uncle of the family.
Like, I can tell you changed, and
right, he can tell.
I'm sure they're still gonna fight for like victory points, but I don't see a death happening in between that fight.
Okay, interesting theory. Yeah, totally. And then Piccolo this is the first time I'm sure that he's ever been shown any sort of affection, so he gets annoyed about it. He doesn't know how to react to it. Yeah. And tells Gohan to go to sleep.
And he immediately threatens him with the next day of training.
Oh yeah, he says tomorrow's going to be even worse, I think he said. And then
just in case, I don't know if it's probably not in the official Dragon Ball Z summary, but I want to point out that at some point in this episode, King Kai is eating dim sum, and he says, "You dim sum and you lose some." Dude,
you don't like it?
No, I hate it.
I think that's next episode.
No, I wrote it down for episode 19.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I can't imagine it's in the official.
Give me the King Kai impression.
You're damn sorry. I can't even.
That was bad. That was bad.
This whole 3 episodes, I was like in my head trying to figure out like, okay, is this an impression I can do? Because I feel like I'm pretty good at impressions usually. You know my oolong.
Yeah, I do.
But this King Kai one just was not happening. I can't do it.
Yeah, no,
There's like a little bit of lisp in there, and I struggle with those. So
it's so strange where Sean Schemmel could have ever come up with that voice.
Props to him.
Yeah, I mean,
They told him to make a really annoying character, and he nailed it.
Yeah. 3 weeks later, Goku catches Bubbles, and then so he overcame the gravity. King Kai tells him, King Kai anticipates Goku may be able to master the powerful Kaioken technique, and let me just say it's actually pronounced Kaioken, and I don't know what happened to the drawing room there, but it's pronounced Kaioken. So he may be able to master the powerful Kaioken technique. So yeah, what do you make of that episode overall?
It was it was interesting. It wasn't like awful, but like it was not what I thought was gonna happen whenever the last episode left us meeting King Kai finally.
Right, I like the high gravity. Anytime Goku like sheds the training clothes, the weight clothes, I think
Goku
is cool.
bulge.
Oh, Goku bulge.
He's bending over, and you get to see like his butt from behind, but with his head bent over.
Oh yeah, because he looks in between
dude.
his legs, and there's like a significant portion of the screen is bulge.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna complain about that.
No, I mean we've seen his butt, we've seen his ding,
we've seen
Dragon Ball, and now
Dragon Ball, yeah,
bulge,
for
like,
sure. Yeah, cool. So moving on, the next episode is called Goku's Ancestors. Now, this is the last filler episode that we will have to deal with. So episode 19 is not filler.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 20 is entirely filler, and it's the last one we have to deal with for quite a while. It'll be a long time till we see any more filler. But oh my God, is this one bad?
My boy, we get to hear it again.
What?
King Kai calls Goku my boy.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
Aside from that, I can't wait to talk about this episode because it was, I'm sure, worse to me than it was to you. But the episode's called Goku's Ancestors. And it opens with, let's see. Goku successfully caught Bubbles. So his next assignment is to whack his personal assistant Gregory, who is a grasshopper.
Little green grasshopper.
And he doesn't really look like a grasshopper.
Like not at all. It looks like almost like an Abra, but like with a different head.
Yeah, that's
like
actually,
he's got the same
that's
tail
really
and
good.
Everything. And his name's freaking Gregory.
So Gregory is not in the manga at all. He doesn't actually exist. It's supposed to just be King Kai and Bubbles. But for whatever reason, they decided that King Kai needed another companion that was an animal and made it a giant grasshopper that looks stupid. It's awful. So he has to hit him with a hammer, a really heavy hammer.
Makes sense.
Which is essentially the same as catching the monkey. So obviously they didn't have to think too hard about that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Also, like what is this going to help Goku fighting a Saiyan? He doesn't need a hammer. He's not going to be hitting little dudes that are tiny.
No, you're completely wrong there. Delivering milk helped him fight in the Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. So
fair.
Don't you dare act like that's not training.
That's fair.
But it's stupid.
Stupid Gregory.
Yeah. No, Gregory sucks. It's just his voice is annoying. He's a little cocky douchebag. He's a douchebag. Gregory's a douchebag.
Yeah.
And if your name is Gregory and you're watching this, you're also a douchebag.
Damn. Gauntlet thrown. Hammer thrown.
Yeah. And so we cut back to Earth, and Piccolo is training with Gohan. He's finally learning how to dodge.
Yeah.
The punches, the kicks, but the surprise Chi Blast knocks Gohan over, and he falls off the cliff. He tries to climb back up, but he can't. Gohan can't fly?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Except for the one time he ran away from the T-Rex.
Yeah, and he accidentally did.
He accidentally flew, and it didn't really show it, but that's probably what happened. Okay, so yeah, he can't climb up the cliff, I guess, which seems like he probably should be able to, but that's fine. It's just a stupid.
Fine. Piccolo has to murk him right off the cliff.
Oh yeah, exactly. We cut to Kami's lookout, and we see Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Yajirobe are training. And
Yajirobe, of course, is like eating and stuff.
I know, and once again, like, it just didn't seem like the training itself should have been better. Like the fights, they don't seem. I know it's just a filler episode, but they don't seem like they're taking the training very seriously, which I really feel like I wish they would have conveyed that.
They're just sparring, and sparring against themselves is
they're lightly sparring too. Like it'd be one thing if they're like all out fighting each other to learn about themselves, but they're not even doing that. And then we get to, honestly, this is probably my most hated part of the show so far.
The exposition dump? Yeah,
but the exposition dump, it's all just don't pretend you never heard it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I was wondering, like we were like they're talking about all this stuff, and I was like, how have I never heard a bit of this at all.
Forget all of it.
It sounded like he was just making things up.
It is. It's all. Someone just sat down and they pulled it out. They completely pulled it out of their ass.
They J.K. Rowling did.
It's not real. It didn't happen.
The Tuffles aren't real?
Just no, they're not. Please just pretend you never saw it. So yeah, King Kai calls for a timeout because they want to have some food. And then Goku, God, okay, this episode, man. Oh, okay, I'll get to it. They talk about the Saiyans a little bit, and then he talks about how there was another humanoid race on planet Vegeta called the Tuffles, and the Saiyans essentially, long story short, wiped them out. They were sharing the planet. There was only a few Saiyans, and then they became like planet brokers.
After meeting the Alcasians.
Yeah, was that what it was?
Yeah, and they combined to make a planet of pirates.
Yeah, and then I guess one of the Tuffles decided to destroy planet Vegeta with meteors. And so there's only the 4 Saiyans left. So...
that's funny that I wrote it all down because I was like, oh, this is very important, big old exposition dump. So it's funny that it's like turns out to be useless.
Oh, it's ass. Goku learns of the evil heritage of the Saiyans. He flies off in a burst of light towards Gregory and he wants to hammer him. That whole exchange, Goku's character was not right. The characterization was bad. The lines were bad. The story was false. Pretend you didn't see it.
They also showed him eating food, and he got full after just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell? And he was eating slow. He was just like,
yeah, that's
he wasn't going.
That's not our boy. Yeah, Goku would have eaten all dim sum.
That's how you, and dim sum, and then you win some. Yeah, and then, so he gets pissed, I guess, and then we cut back to Earth. They completed their training. They all surpassed Kami, and they decided to continue training on their own, with no real plan, I guess. 2 weeks pass, and then Goku hits Gregory with the mallet, and then King Kai decides to teach him the Kaioken technique. Cut to Kami House, and Master Roshi asks fortune teller Baba, his sister, to use her powers to determine the Earth's future, and then she reveals that Earth at that moment has no future.
Yeah.
The episode comes to a close, and we learn that there's only one more day until the Saiyans arrive.
Yeah, the passing of time lately has been strange.
Yeah, I don't know. They just don't like. It's hard to explain, but the manga. I actually didn't get to talk about it very much, but I'll talk about it a little bit more when we review the episodes. But the word I would choose for the manga, it's great. Don't get me wrong, obviously, but it's so barren compared to the show.
Really,
and it's actually made me really appreciate some of the filler that we shit talked earlier. Because
Strangest Robot?
Maybe tiny bit. Maybe.
No.
I just like the journey. Like I earned a newfound respect for the journey. Like it makes the more powerful moments more powerful.
How far into the manga did you have to read to get to here?
Oh, not super long. Not very long.
Okay, yeah.
The correlating chapter is oh wait, there is no correlating chapter for this episode because it's filler. Yeah. But not very far at all.
Interesting.
Of course, like it's a comic book, so you're reading it pretty fast.
Yeah,
you know how it is. So yeah, that's that episode. It's awful. The characterization sucks, the lines suck, and the story is wrong.
I have to retrograde it now because I gave it an original star count that I'm not going to say till the end of the episode, but I've changed it now that I know that everything I learned was fake.
Yeah. Please just.
Now I'm pissed.
Yeah. So the next episode.
Counting down.
Yeah, we cut over to counting down. So. Like I said, we finally have escaped the filler for quite a while. 19 wasn't filler, but 20 was. And I meant to say about the last episode, by the way, the animation was awful.
I did notice
it was bad.
They were messing up like colors and stuff.
The colors were bad. All the models were off. Goku's hair was off. His proportions were off. That shot of baby Goku
with the full size hair,
completely awful,
incredible,
disgusting.
I like to imagine Goku's mother or whoever like just pushing him out, and he's just got a big old full of Saiyan hair.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, awful. Really not enjoyable. It wasn't even pretty. Yeah. So then. Contrast to this episode, I thought had freaking awesome animation. Goku looks stronger. So it's the last day of Goku's training on King Kai's planet. So it's been at least 80 days, or if it's maybe more accurate, 150 days ish.
He's a beast.
He looks stronger. Yeah, he's way faster. He takes half a second to catch bubbles, half a second to hit Gregory. or 1 second. He tests the power of the spirit bomb, which King Kai explains draws the energy from the local life forms, essentially, from the planet you're on.
Mm-hmm.
So from the plants, from the creatures, from the air, from the planet itself. Really, really cool technique. And then he tests him by essentially throwing a brick, I guess it was.
Or something.
And it was a really cool shot where you're like following it around the planet and then it flies into the air and he nails it in one hit.
Blows it up.
Perfect. He doesn't see it, but he senses it.
Saiyan sense.
And then unexpectedly, his Saiyan sense was tingling. Unexpectedly, King Kai realizes that he failed to include the time it would take Goku to return to Earth. And now he would return a day after the Saiyans had arrived and it was going to be too late. So he has to go back on Snake Way, essentially.
Yeah.
But apparently, because he's so much stronger and faster now, he'll probably essentially be able to fly the whole thing. It'll take him 2 days instead of
We shall see.
6 months. I'll tell you what, dude. If he's actually that much faster to where it takes him 2 days instead of
That's
6
impressive.
months, that's a BFD.
Yeah.
That's short for big effing deal. That's crazy. And so Goku's freaking out because he realizes the stakes, man. He's gonna be too late. Like he essentially feels like he's gonna arrive and it's gonna be over.
Mm-hmm.
So Goku does contact Master Roshi, who's dropping a dookie.
Yeah. No, that scene was actually pretty good. I even wrote.
Oh, he was good, dude.
Poop jokes will always be awesome.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, Master Roshi's taking a poo-poo, and Goku contacts him telepathically through King Kai and tells him to bring him back to life. We get a really nostalgic scene of Oolong, Bulma, Roshi summoning Shenron, which I thought was really cool.
And again, my boy Oolong, he's got the smarts. Now, he didn't know the rules, but he was calling the right shots. He's like, yo, let's not even worry about bringing Goku back yet. Let's just wish that the Saiyans all die. Very smart move. Unfortunately, that's not how the rules work, but my boy, he's unmatched in intelligence.
We learned that I don't know if this is I just read Dragon Ball. I don't know if this is the first time we learned that a wish can't be granted if it's beyond Shenron's power.
It is, because I was like,
you didn't know that?
I wrote down because he says the Guardian of Light created me, and I can't surpass the Guardian of Light.
Guardian of Light
or Earth.
Yeah.
Guardian
Kami,
of Earth.
Kami.
Yeah,
I think it's.
Yeah, he said. Well, you didn't say Kami, but we know it's Kami.
Right, he's the Guardian of Earth.
Yeah, he said Kame created me, and I can't surpass his power. Which I also wrote down. Why can't Kame just do everything that Shenron does? Like, why doesn't? Like, what's the deal with the Dragon Balls? What's the deal with the dragon?
Maybe one day we'll learn.
I hope so.
I'm not gonna talk about it. Who knows? Maybe not.
I'm on to you, Toriyama.
Yeah. So, and we get a really funny joke, where Roshi's talking to himself on the toilet, and it like vaguely does sound like he's talking about his poo-poo.
Yeah.
So Bulma and Oolong are like tripping out.
Yeah, Oolong's like, I'm gonna let you go in there now.
Yeah. So the Saiyans' power is greater than that of Kami, so he can't just wish them dead, essentially. Mm-hmm. Instead, they wish Goku back to life. Sorry.
Oh,
Brain gone.
So he goes back to life, and then his halo disappears.
His halo disappears, meaning he's alive again.
And the physics of this place, I just don't even understand. I assumed whenever he was brought back to life, he would just appear back on Earth. But I guess he has to leave.
He kept his body in Otherworld, so that's where he is.
Yeah. It's a strange place.
Mm. King Kai gives him the new gi, which he says is able to repel small attacks.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he says that it's like made out of strong material, and it can repel small attacks. Goku's halo is gone, and he says his farewells. I do like that he has the turtle hermit symbol on the front still, but now he has the King Kai symbol on the back.
That was sick. Got the brand new gi.
Right, this is one of his most iconic looks, is those two symbols, and with this gi.
It's so weird seeing that it's blue too. All my life I thought it was black and orange.
Really? Like before you started watching any of it?
And then like now I'm like, well, I mean, I could really tell whenever he got. I don't know if I just paid attention for more this time, but when he got his new gi, I was like, oh, it's blue and orange. Interesting.
Yeah, you definitely just weren't paying attention. So King Kai.
He basically like
King Kai now estimates that it's just going to take him about over a day to reach the end.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead. Sorry.
Goku like eats on out of there.
Yeah,
he takes a sprint around the planet and then jumps onto Snake Way, and then he flies. I don't know if he flies. He like looks like he's flying, but I don't know if we've gotten like confirmation that he's like flying, like can fly. I feel like we haven't yet. Like, because he uses the Nimbus before, and now he's like,
The
not.
Nimbus, well, the flying requires energy. Nimbus doesn't.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he flies in Dragon Ball several times towards the end.
I must have forgotten.
He flies when he gets to Snake Way. He flies like a lot of it.
That was like but I wasn't sure because they weren't super clear.
He said it.
I know, but I thought it was just like a big jump, like a Superman jump.
No.
And then like now he's flying. Like,
so Tien and Chaozu are the first ones who can fly in Dragon Ball. Later on, they learn how to fly from them. Yeah, he does it against King Piccolo up against Piccolo Jr. He does it in one of the tournaments, and he flies several times. Okay. So, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, he can.
And then we cut to Earth, and the Saiyans arrive.
Yeah, we finally
crashing through buildings, and
they touch down, which I thought was a really cool scene with really good soundtrack.
Yeah,
really good.
It's pretty terrifying, like them crashing, and it seems like the people of Earth know that something bad's about to go down, and they're like pretty scared.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then we get to see that our boy Vegeta has been done right by the gods of Dragon Ball.
He has the correct colors.
Yes, he doesn't look like
really
bad Mountain
Dew
colors.
baby.
Yeah.
No, he looks super cool.
Also, when they fly or float, they sound like Buzz Lightyear's laser.
I don't know what that was. That was weird sound design.
It sounds just like Buzz going like.
I don't know what that was. I don't know. I noticed that. I was like, I thought it was a really strange choice in sound design.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure what was going on there.
And the Saiyans are here. That's it. That's where the episode ends, and our narrator's like, "Oh shit, y'all, what's gonna happen?"
Tell me everything you think is about to happen in the show.
All right.
In the upcoming episodes.
So I think
lay it out for me. This is what we've been literally leading up to since Reddit's arrived.
I think we're gonna see some people get murked immediately.
Okay.
Like I'm talking Chaozu dead.
Oh, okay. So you're up to the confrontation. Okay.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I just imagine. I mean, I guess there might be some like stuff before it, but I'm shooting.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess if we're going straight off,
I'm saying what's gonna happen. Yeah.
Next episode, Vegeta and Nappa immediately just destroy everybody in front of them.
Okay.
I don't know what moves they're gonna use. I'm thinking like a beam move out of their hands.
Okay.
And they're gonna just like sway right across, boom, left to right. All those people looking at them dead.
Okay.
They're gonna destroy the city, and then probably just fly and find. Or actually, I guess they're not really concerned with the people there, like Goku and all them.
Their goal was to find the Dragon Balls because Reddit's told them about it.
So they're not probably. So I think that our team is gonna go searching for them, not the other way around.
Okay.
And then I think once that confrontation starts, it's gonna be like Negan Walking Dead type stuff, like Chaozu dead, Yajirobe dead, Tien dead.
Interesting.
And then Piccolo dead.
Okay.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
There you go.
Okay.
I just think they're gonna they've been building up to this for so long. I just feel like they're gonna set the stakes really high. In my head, though, I do know that Vegeta eventually becomes like the anti-hero of the show, or like something. He's not going to be the villain forever. So I know that something's going to happen that's probably going to prove I'm wrong, but I still think they're going to kill some people.
Okay. Totally.
Also, I hope Nappa dies soon.
Why?
Because I hate his voice acting.
Vegeta.
I also just hate the way he looks. He's just weird. I just don't like it. Like, his design is weird. Why is he bald? All the Saiyans have like hair as far as I know. And they have big old heads full of hair, and he's just bald. I don't hate bald people. My dad's bald. I love him.
He's got a goatee.
He's got that goatee.
Your dad also has a goatee.
My dad also
Your
does
dad
have a
is Nappa. Nappa is daddy.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's give our scores. Yeah, it'll be fun to go back and see what you said.
See how right I am.
Right.
What do you think's gonna happen?
I think that I honestly couldn't come up with anything. I was gonna go with like some farce, but I'm not that clever.
Okay.
I think that Oolong is going to use his pork loins to save the day.
He's just gonna smush them right in between.
Yeah, Nappa and Vegeta at the same time, instantly dead between
Does
his
this
pork
show
loins.
get rated M soon? Woof.
Gets rated XXX.
Bruh. Oolong.
What'd you give Defying Gravity?
I gave Defying Gravity I wanted to give it less, like a 2, or maybe not, probably a 1, like a 2 out of 7, but I gave it a 3 out of 7 because I really hate King Kai, but I don't think like it necessarily makes the episode bad. I think it's just a character I don't like, and I do feel like they designed him to be less likable. So I gave it a 3 out of 7 stars.
Yeah, so I give it a 3 to 7 because, first off, because it's no more filler, at least for the most part.
Yeah.
I like seeing Goku train. It's not... They were a little egregious with, like, the chasing the monkey scenes and all that stuff, but I enjoyed it. I mean,
it was fun.
Really, yeah,
I mean,
even, like, the stupid jokes made me laugh, and,
Yeah.
and Goku's characterization was good. Which is a huge part, honestly, of whether or not I enjoy an episode or enjoy the dub, even.
As if they nail Goku.
He has to be perfect, yeah. And sometimes it misses the mark, and sometimes it's perfect. So I always appreciate when it's good. And Goku's ancestors?
I originally gave it 3 out of 7 stars because I was like, oh man, we just learned a lot of important information. This is cool. But it turns out it was all shite.
I normally would let you figure it out yourself, but for this, I genuinely
I'm glad
wanted to tell you.
that like changes everything because I saw the Tuffles had the Scouters and I was like, oh, so they must have like stolen that tech and then the Saiyans used that and built up off of their technology and this is a whole different. And
Which
they said
could have
Planet
been
of
an
Pirates
interesting. But yeah, no spoilers. Just ignore it. Holy shit, it's so bad.
So I changed it from a 3 out of 7 to a 1 out of 7 because that's not cool, guys.
It's a 1 out of 7 for me because it is arguably worse than a terrible episode because it actually counteracts the plot.
And lies.
It lies.
And Goku can eat more than that. Come on.
Yeah, and Goku can eat more. And what's the episode where Yajirobe ate Krillin's ass?
Hold on, I wrote that down.
That was like a weird shot.
That was
weird
this
scene.
episode. I put Yajirobe going straight for Krillin's dog.
Dude, he's straight.
like
There's a shot of Yajirobe eating Krillin's ass.
bent over, and then Yajirobe just
He bites it.
oh, he's on.
And he's
that.
in it.
Yeah,
he's in there.
I mean,
He's digging.
never mind.
If I could clap some Krillin cheeks, who knows?
Shoot, he got that corn. He's got the. I mean, Yajirobe, man, that dude likes to eat.
Oh,
I know where he's coming from.
That tongue does work.
True.
That's his training. Okay, so and then counting down.
Counting down. I gave Counting Down a 3 out of 7 stars because let's see. I liked seeing the Saiyans finally land and immediately like causing havoc on Earth just by destroying buildings, which means like those people are dead.
Right. And there was actually a brutal shot of like someone crushed under their car, like very bloody. I noticed.
Yeah, and I like seeing Goku all beefed up and trained.
Yeah,
even though his training was a little weird, but
right, he looks noticeably stronger. I think the biggest thing is the fact that it's 10 times gravity.
Yeah,
that's like a huge stress on the muscles, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I liked seeing the Spirit Bomb or the Genki Dama, as it's called in the manga.
They gave him a new gi. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the new gi, the training. They reference a couple things that I really like. There's cool shots. The animation is good. The characterization is good. Goku gets wished back to life. We get some funny classic Dragon Ball humor with Roshi and them. Yeah. I gave this one a 4 out of 7. I really enjoyed it. Wow, okay, cool, I really liked this episode. And then, of course, we finally see the Saiyans land on Earth, which we've literally been building up to now for 17 episodes, ever since Raditz's death.
It's nice seeing Vegeta in his proper garb, too.
Just the fact that his hair's not orange. Like
you can't be scared of somebody that comes out of their pod looking like Mountain Dew. It's just not. It's not going to happen.
I wouldn't be.
Not to mention he's with Daddy Nappa, so his fear factor immediately goes down by like 400.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah.
So we did it. I'm ready for next week. I'm ready to see some people get murked.
I genuinely cannot wait to record again. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 7 of Dragon Ball Speak. Catch us on Mondays. We upload every Monday.
True.
Will Wesley's predictions come true?
Yes.
Will Vegeta and Nappa get clapped between Oolong's pork tenderloins?
I hope. Please, God, please.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Speak. Wiggity whack.